Oh yeah!
Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Planet Coaster 2 with Cookie Pirate. Today we are jumping into the Tropical Park to continue working on some of the stuff that we did last night and pick up with some other things in the park today. So last time, one big thing that we did was this new RMC coaster, courtesy of Band Player, did a fantastic job with it. And I tweaked it just a little bit. And then we started working on the building for it. And I wasn't really sure how I wanted to lay it out, set up the orientation of it and whatnot. It ultimately decided to rotate it to put the coaster station toward the back. And we would present the front, the queue, the plaza, all of that stuff a little bit differently. And with it profiled this way, you can see the three of the inversions very prominently featured looking at the coaster this way. So more of the layout's kind of tucked behind the back, although you do get a really impressive view of these two inversions right here. Coaster is 7 in total. It's a pretty remarkable one. Really looking forward to getting this done and opened. This replaces the old RMC that we had in this front corner of the park, as we cleared that out to prepare for a water park expansion, or kind of relocation and revamp. I wanted a really good jungle-themed RMC for the back of the park to kind of tie into this area over here, so that's what we've got. A couple other things that we did yesterday. We did some special effects and trigger sequences with this coaster here, the B&M Invert Pirate themed. So we added some cannons, exploding barrels, some mist, and a water splash. And what that helped do is bring the excitement of the coaster up. It actually tested at over 6. Probably dispatch times are setting that back a little bit. But that's still a big improvement, and what it also did is brought the prestige up, which really helped. Hey Rhett, how are you? It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. The other major time-consuming thing that we did yesterday is all these caverns that we had set up for the railroad, and here we got the scenery in place. So we've got like a little bit of a pirate shootout, a little bit of like a treasure stash back over here. Then coming through here, we set up a like a little shipwreck grotto. So we get some little like pirate figurines, and there's some lanterns kind of as they've set up camp in this little kind of underground cavern. Yeah, sorry, I've been super busy with sports and all that mess. No, don't apologize. I know you were busy with that stuff. But yeah, it's been a little while, but I'm super glad to see you. Hope you're doing well. And then the third thing that we did is kind of set up this this little cavern. We made some stalactites, stalagmites. We placed all these different crystals that are lit up, kind of theming them like diamonds, rubies, emeralds, sapphires, turquoise, all that stuff. I'm actually going to turn this to a darker, kind of give it a little bit more of a... Let's lighten that just a little bit. Kind of more of a garnet sort of color there. Yeah, we've got a couple like a topaz, jade. Since I've not been here, can I get a tour of the park? It looks great, by the way. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. Yeah. So, this is the stuff that I actually did last night. To set up this this crystal cavern. The Pirate's Grotto. And so I did not do the terrain work last night. It had been in place for a while and just hadn't gotten around to it, and I finally did last night. And then just kind of the little skirmish and treasure stash, given that the train is passing through the pirate part of the park back here. So yeah, so we ended up placing a B&M invert over here. Kind of built it into the terrain partially and kind of weaves its way through a couple of these little grottos. Starting back over at the front of the park, which is still very much a work in progress, we've got a plaza and some shops. We took the surf coaster from the back of the park and moved it toward the front. And I'm thinking a little bit about relocating this slightly. It would be in a very similar area but angled differently. This is the Kraken Floorless that was remade. We moved it over to this side, did a whole ton of terrain work and scenery work, couple animatronics, some special effects. We have a nice train station right here that we kind of decorated, themed very much off of the Kraken station. Did this little plaza for the coaster here. This is the oldest existing coaster in the park. This is the Mako 2.0 Hyper Coaster. Damn, what's going on, man? The man, the myth, the legend. The stuff you did last night is super sweet, and the park is absolutely looking great. I appreciate that. We've got the surf coaster. This, not counting the unfinished, unopened RMC, this is the newest coaster in the park. This was built by Jimpers. I did the scenery. It's an Intamin wing. Reaches 99 miles an hour, which is really remarkable. It's called Tradewinds, which is kind of themed off of the trade winds that flow over the ocean onto land, kind of the islands. We set it up with a 3-floor setup, kind of like the surf coaster, but we layered it differently. So we've got the restaurant on the bottom floor, the gift shop and ride photos on the second floor, and then the station on top. Whereas, if you remember the surf coaster, we have the restaurant on top. There's nobody up here. Is it open? Oh, we've got somebody coming back. Okay. And a broken table. Let's just fix that real quick. The coaster station on the second floor, and gift shop and ride photos on the first floor. We tore up all of the water park, as it was right in the center, and we repurposed all the terrain. This large mountain is going to be the centerpiece of the park, kind of visible from all sides to really stand out and be prominent. It's a little far from this side, and especially when it's kind of taken up with the hypercoaster in front of it. It's a little bit closer. It's not dead center. It's actually pretty accurately placed in the middle from front to back. Maybe just a tiny bit forward. But it definitely is a little closer to the right side of the map over here. But that's actually relatively close as well. It's not too far off. We've got a kids coaster. This is the ENF Myler kids coaster that came out with the toy box update. This is the blueprint. This was not custom built. We just wanted something to give a little more family friendly. This is a massive water complex built by Bromik. He did a fantastic job with it. A large pool, 3 water slides. You've got 2 tall ones and a little bit of a smaller one. The pool is connected inside and out through this kind of little passage with the waterfall coming down. Plenty of sun loungers inside and out. 2 new surf machines that also came out with the Toy Box DLC recently. And this little outdoor plaza here, and then a large double indoor restaurant. You did a fantastic job with this. This is the newest coaster, the RMC. It is not open. It is not. The coaster is complete. It has a little bit of testing to do. This was built by Band Player last night. He did a fantastic job with it. I'm really happy with how that came out. I think it's going to be a really good addition to the park. These are older, the River Rapids and the Mine Train, which have been in place since kind of the earlier days. They're not quite as old as the Hypercoaster. We've got a giant waterfall, a Gerstlauer built by Bromik, and a Woody built by Jimpers. I actually haven't built most of the coasters in this park. I built this, I built that. We've had a couple coasters that we've kind of tweaked, but really some great coaster builders. Jimpers, Bromik, Band Player have really hooked me up with some fantastic coasters, as the coaster building is not really my strong suit. Man, it has improved since I've been here. It looks so good, like unbelievable how good it is. Oh man, I appreciate that. It's still very much a work in progress. You need lower back there? I think I actually need higher. I need to bring this... Oh, no, we brought it down to ground level. Oh, power! Yeah, okay, yeah. I haven't added any as we haven't opened up the coaster, I haven't finished the building. So... I do want to, get this done and open. So I want to finish out the building, and I decided to reorient the coaster toward the back here. So what I think we're going to do is actually build the queue through this. Have to go, it looks great. See you. Alright, Rhett. Well, thanks for stopping by. Really, I'm quite happy to see you. So hopefully we'll catch you around some more. Have a great rest of the evening. Man, it was really good to see him. So, some of you that may not be familiar, Rhett joined me back in June or July when I was playing this game, and hung out on stream a bit through the summer. And like he said, he's been busy with sports and stuff, but it's always good to see him when he stops by. I really appreciate everybody, whether you're here almost every night hanging out with me, or you only get to stop in, you know, once in a while. It's, nobody's ever obligated to be here all the time. So, always good to see everybody whenever they can make it. Alright, I'm going to do something a little different with this building. Now that the queues are actually positioned to the back, we can build them out. Nope, actually gonna leave these in place. So we're gonna tear those up and probably expand outward a little bit. This is the priority queue right here, I believe. Yes. Ah, this bug again. Okay. Yes, it is. Okay. Now what I'm thinking this is gonna do, I'm gonna build the main one downward. So let's actually go into here and let's just start preparing it. So curve goes to straight, pointed corners, angle snap on. I want that. And here it actually, well, that height snap should be equal. Why is it raising? It should be... should be level on here. I don't understand why it's elevating like that. Okay. Let me see what's going on here. And what we're gonna do, since this is pushed back, we're actually going to run the queue through the building. And with it being a double height, we've got plenty of room to run the corral on both floors. That there is level, so we can turn the height snap back on. Actually gonna bump that up to a ½ meter. And that's a good 2-meter slope right there. And we need to come down just a tad more. And then cut within, yeah, it's within the building. Alright, I'm gonna stop right there though. And we're just gonna lay a couple more pieces. Kind of box in. Just kind of like that. So we might need to turn length snap. Yeah. Okay, that definitely helps. So we've got all the room down here to run that. Hey, Strawberry Jam, welcome. How are you? Alright, and we can run it back this way, but we have to be careful of interference. Yeah, it won't let you cross there. So we'll actually have to take that one square up. It should let us wrap it under here okay. It does. Good. It's actually sticking through a little bit. I don't know what's going on there. It's very close, but might do this portion a little differently. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm gonna think that through. Might want to do that slightly different. I think what I should do at the moment is set the exit up. I don't know why it doesn't want to attach itself to the exit here. That's bizarre. It does now. Aha. Interesting. And honestly, we could even just place the exit further back. Let's actually do that. I'll pull those pieces up. Interesting. That's in really close proximity to the edge of the building. It's kind of hidden anyway. It's going to be like landscaped and stuff back here, so. Alright, well, I'll leave that for now. And I'll figure out... So I think we'll have a plaza over here somewhere, roughly. Exit can kind of be routed out this way. The queues could go back that way. Then just to figure out where to cut it into the building. Okay. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to pull these up. And leave that. Something isn't right here. This camera's jerky. I don't know why it doesn't want to attach to this. Something's going on here. I don't understand why it's doing that. What is going on here? It will not tie into that entrance. I don't understand what's going on right here. Tell you what, I'm gonna try to reload it. See if there's just some sort of a glitch or something that'll fix itself with a reload. Let's come back in. There we go. It's got to be something with that like the station, like the entrance gate and the priority gate. I wonder if that had anything to do with it. Like, it's still elevated very slightly, and I don't understand. Something is... yeah. Something is definitely off. I don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna pull these for a minute. This queue pathing is just one of the most mind-boggling things sometimes. I really don't understand. And it keeps wanting to tie. And hey, Darkhound Doom, how are you? This is nuts. I may have to come back to this. I'm just can't even seem to get it to work. Out! Alright, let's go in here and do a quick repair of vandalism. There. Quick and easy. They'll fix all of those there on scheduled maintenance. Ah! Well, I didn't mean to... Oh, here we go. That's the same one. Alright, let's get that cleaned. Yeah, and clear all that out. Easier to keep up with a little bit. Let me think here for a minute. So I did that wrong. Man, I cannot focus on this queue. This is gonna be the bane of me tonight, if I can't get this thing done. I mean, it's almost a level of insanity to me. Just try to eyeball it. No, bring it back around. That's about as good as it's gonna get, I think. Alright, we've got that in line. Now we'll turn that on. Can't go steeper than that. That's where we want. That's a 2-meter incline. Or, yeah. And I think I'm gonna go back over to this one here and just look at it quick. I think we're gonna do the same thing in paralleling the queues. Except the priority is on the outside, and we're gonna run it separately. Kind of away from the rest of the building. That there is good. Now actually get out of that for a moment. Alright, the staircases are lined up. Now the inner one is going to be for the main queue. So what we'll do is actually turn the length snap on this time. So it's 1 meter, 2 meter, 3, 4. That's as steep as it can go. And that is now level with all of this. Alright. So this is what we need to do here. Oh, whoa! Alright, tie that in. Height should be equal. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that is not totally level. Something is kind of bizarre with this. Just for a short time so that these aren't in the way, I'm going to turn those off. I'll turn them back on in a bit. Good to hear. Thank you for tuning in to your weekly broadcast of Cookie Pirate Presents Splash Harbor 2025. That's more than a weekly broadcast. And I've already been on for an hour, and this is the only thing I've accomplished. And still with a ways to go. I'm not happy about that. This is turning out, and I've done something very similar to this with the Trade Winds station. This one's actually not as complex. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with it. So that's minor aggravation. Have I gotten the golden YouTube frame? No, I don't know what that is. Actually. Okay, that's better. Alright. Is this a... yeah, that's a 2-meter wall piece. Let me get the 4-meter. Oh, you get it when you get 1 million subscribers? Oh, of course I haven't. It'll be a long time before that happens. If it ever does. Oh, when you get to 100k, you get a silver one. Yeah, it would still be a long time before that would ever happen either. Try to clean all of this over here up a little bit. Ah, can't see anything. This queue line is blowing my mind. Oh, you're not even the one building it. Just imagine how much my brain is turning to soup trying to put this thing together. I feel like I could be a nuclear physicist after this one. And the problem is it's still sticking. Doesn't even like this. Yeah, but I'm not totally sure why these are sticking through. Something isn't right there. That's at ground level, that's where I want it. And these look like they're pretty well lined up. I mean, it's not 100% perfect, but it's close. Gotta step up real quick. I had a quesadilla for lunch and I've been thirsty like the entire late afternoon and evening because of that. I've been drinking a ton of water, which is good. But it's just like, holy cow, it's relentless. What kind of quesadilla? ground beef and top it with a little bit of corn salsa and pico. They drain it. Alright, day's over. Holy cow. Uh-oh, so we did have a couple people miss their breaks. Miserable. He's got that. That'll go back up quick. She's unhappy, but that'll go up. We'll just make sure they get their breaks today. Sorry, just a second. Hey Shem, what's going on? Not a chief beef. I needed a good laugh, and that's a good one. That was just a, it was just a Sergeant Beef quesadilla. That was stupid. Sergeant Beef. It wasn't Chief Beef. Oh man. See how just my jokes are just starting to alright, let's replace that. Who's the one that right, yeah, her right there. Out. The guard got her anyway. Oh, and I'm popping your balloon. Well, he still gets to keep his balloon, because he didn't break it. You're kicked out of the park for vandalism and your souvenir is confiscated. Oh, I started to do that and then I decided to change my mind and a right click did it. Okay, what I need to figure out is how I want to... I'm honestly just thinking about scrapping the 2-floor idea. Might still be able to put something underneath here, but I don't know. Yeah, you know what? Just for the purpose of keeping everything like seamless, I'm gonna do away with this. It's also just turning into a logistical nightmare. Okay, by raising the whole thing off the ground, what that's going to help us do is create a seamless level floor. And see, that is actually... That isn't even working right. What we'll need to do is dip the floor in and add some, or dip the terrain in and add some floor pieces to keep the whole thing level. SpongeBob YouTube, what's going on? I made a friend on Discord, he told me to sub to you. Alright. Well, I appreciate that. Shout to yeah, JP is awesome. Yeah, that's real cool on him. Whoops. So these floor pieces don't have to stay. They're kind of more just placeholders. But what that will help do is give a reference when we place ground level Q to be at the right height. So we get out of that and take the Q now. And you can see it's kind of sinking into the ground. So it actually lowers the whole thing over here, and we can raise it back up. Now when we place this, turn the height snap down. It's resting at the height that we want it. So now we can actually start running it into the building. What I'm kind of curious is, why is it kind of sticking through a little bit on that side? It's a little bit odd. Why is that doing that, though? No. This is absolute madness. Alright, I think we got it. I just don't know why that's sticking through like that, but it works. Sergeant Beef's Quesadilla Coaster. Shem. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, man. Alright, now over here all we have left to do. Alright, so we kind of have a 2-floor queue. Oh my gosh, Dale. Wow. The question is, who did it? Still fairly crowded through here. If Holiday World can build a gravy-themed family coaster, Sergeant Beef can do a tortilla one. That's a fair point. I don't know why those arches are cornered like that. Odd. Alright. Let's actually level this terrain back out. We'll do sampled. fell asleep last night around the time you were debating use aged wood or not. The station is looking really great though. I appreciate that. Yeah, I ultimately decided to use the aged wood. Delete those for now. Ooh, that actually gaps. Interesting. So we'll probably have to do something a little different there. Matching with the rest of that. We might do something a little different with that there. It seems like that type of music choice could be your favorite in Planet Coaster 2. Which one is better? I don't have a particular favorite from the ambient music and stuff. Just a second, Shem. I'll get to that. Best coaster station I've experienced for real. Ooh. That's tough. I do like Furies, but it is... I mean, the theming around it is fantastic. The station itself just looks clean and modern, which I like. It's been so long since I've seen it in person, but I really liked Kumba's station at Busch Gardens. Going way back, I absolutely loved, see, that sticks through the floor right there, and I have to lower that. I was a big fan of the station in the queue at, Dueling Dragons at Islands of Adventure was a really good one. I was trying to think, what can we do there where the ceiling is not clipping? It's gonna be real tough to figure that out. Alright, enough with the building for now. I think we've got enough in place. What? Oh, that's not right. We just lay a few over here for elevation reference. Oh, it's trying to tie into the ground level again. Man, this is just maddening. Another B&M invert has my favorite station, Nemesis Reborn. It's so cool and gets you very psyched up for the coaster itself. Epic soundtrack playing too. Oh yeah, I've heard good things about that one. I mean, I've seen like pictures of the queue and stuff. One looks really neat. Somebody back over here breaking that. Super crowded through here. It's gridlocked. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to cut access to that there. Alright, there we go. And we can move the exact placement of the coaster, but let's actually like figure out how we want to tie this all in. We'll kind of have to start redoing some of this. Alright, that actually slopes down a little bit. These queues are going to be super long. Alright, let's get the ride open first. Oh, the crazy Mamba. Trying to keep that theme that I had before. You can hide the train tracks with more trees or a themed tunnel. I think it's a good idea to do first. So I've already done that on one side. We're going to do more with that back here. The railroad is going to end up getting rerouted in some segments, and we'll work on that. That's a good idea, Ishak. Alright, let's just get this open for now. And we can hash out the details. But getting this open will be a good start. It's got to do a test run. Let's color the coaster. So we've got kind of this beige color for the wood. Leaning toward a very dark green. What on here is black? If I change that to white to see something stand out, I don't know what it is. I don't see anything changing. Alright, the test is done. So we can stop the test. Okay, so area 2 is gonna be the... We get that to match kind of the silver. And area 3 is gonna be the cars. Go with black or a deep gray. And now they... It's a crazy mama. I don't know. I'm thinking of... I want to theme something around the green, and they're not super crazy. Wild, maybe. We might like that better. I'm not totally sure, and we may color that, but we've got enough to get the coaster open. Let's we'll need to add a distributor over here. Push it on the ground. We'll do more scenery work here to get that open. Now, you know what? With the brown, I think I'm going to change it back to that deep green to make all of that match. We'll color the station, we can keep working on that. Oh, we need to get him a place to take his break. We need to find a staff room for him because he'll quit. Let's give him one there. Okay, he's going in. That's good. He's getting his break. There's no path. There is now. We'll keep working on that. Alright. Coaster's open. There we go. Let's definitely get a on-ride photo somewhere. That one's good there.
Over jävla goede bunny banner.
Danger ride, keep out, no trespassing. That means you people in Planet Coaster 2. Why are those getting cut off? That's a bug. No, somebody... Why is it not letting me turn off the audio here? It's not letting me turn the... like the park radio, whatever they call it. Won't let me shut that off. So it's got a good crowd coming over. Alright, let's check that station timing. Yeah, that's... Alright, there we go. And we'll kind of keep working. I may do some work on this off stream, trying to get like this area all set up and stuff. But at least we've got something open. And this is a good addition to the park. Yeah, so we'll keep working on this at a later time. My vision for this, we've got the coaster station with the queue running underneath it, and we'll have it branch out. And my idea was to turn this into like a little gift shop and kind of snack area, and kind of a separate building away from the station, just to kind of segment it a little bit, so you exit through that, and the queues would probably end up being routed differently, but I'm not sure. We might actually end up doing that back here or something, and bringing the plaza forward just to condense it a little bit. But I also like the placement in front of the track with the coaster station behind it. Hey, Jimpers, what's going on? What's that RMC I see in the distance? So, band player actually made this yesterday. Also like to see the forces. Yeah, we'll do a quick POV. Let me get the one in the station. Let's go front bumper. Alright. I'll let you check that out. I'm gonna step away real quick. And we'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Perfect timing, it looks like. Yeah, it is launched. So the forces are a little on the high side. It gets to 6 verticals and 2.5 lateral, which isn't too bad. The 6 vertical is a bit high. Minus 2.6 on the airtime. And if I pull the heat map up, and we go with previous run, and I'll pause it and you can see. So it kind of loses a little momentum going up to that, and then it picks up when you get some airtime. Fear? It peaks in a couple spots. Bottoms out there, but then it peaks there. It also seems like it has a cool layout, but it seems like the same thing over and over. It does get a little bit repetitive. Inversion hill every time. Yeah, it could use a little more variety, but I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's wild throughout the whole thing. I mean, you trade hills for all those inversions, which I kind of like. The nausea kind of peaks in a couple spots. This is where your G-forces get a little bit high. On a couple different spots there. Actually, there's several of them where it's fairly high, but it never goes egregious. And then there's a really nice Papa Strong ejector. Plenty of floater through many of the inversions, which I like. The laterals peak, like right there. It's a cool coaster, though. I like it. the station isn't totally finished. We've got work to do with that. I'm gonna just set the wall up kind of for a additional, kind of like that gift and snack shop. One thing I know we'll need to put down are going to be some benches and trash cans. Trash can in the corner. Trash can there. Trash cans there. This isn't final. Yeah, we still got work to do on the station, but at least the coaster's open. Want to switch over to something else. I haven't decided on the final location for it either. Park is getting a bit crowded. Flowers all around the front entrance plaza. Yeah, I don't know exactly how I'm gonna set all that up. Okay, we do have some people coming up to some shops and stuff. I was gonna say, don't really see many people up here. I was hoping we would get some more activity, but it's being used somewhat. Could honestly attach a section up to here to get down to that lower area. Oh no, more people are walking up. Good. Park entrance is not accessible. Yes it is. Alright, we need one more unique attraction. Something has been off with the pathing since the update and then the hotfix. Yeah! I didn't... So when I opened this up yesterday, I didn't even realize there that the hotfix had come out. I do want to point a couple things out. Thanks for mentioning that, Dale, because I actually wanted to talk about that and I forgot. Let me actually split this off real quick. I'm gonna pull that up. So a couple things that they did. Oh, save 50% for the winter sale. That's neat. If that's still going on. So they changed some of the visual effects of the snow and thunderstorms. This one right here is the one that caught my attention. Reduced threshold required for rides to achieve classic status to account for the prestige and scenery changes made in Update 8. It has made the game extremely difficult, disappointing, and frustrating at points. It was getting on my nerves earlier today, for sure. I was trying not to show it. You could probably hear a little aggravation, and then I would laugh just to make it seem like I wasn't getting upset. And I wasn't really. It was frustrating, but it wasn't, like, ruining my mood or game experience. Changed natural watercolor back to murky green rather than blue. I didn't realize it got changed to blue, but I don't like the murky green water anyway. That's why I always choose clear. You can close that out and back into the game. So what I'm going to do now is actually go into settings. Game options. Turn reputation back on. And I want to see the effects that it has. So let's hit resume and just see kind of what happens. So that's a classic. This is resurging. Classic. This is old. The prestige takes too much of a hit. This is a classic. It's 640. So that's a change. It used to be you had to make it to 800. So I don't know what the threshold is now. We'd have to experiment to see if it's 500, 600. I would guess it's one of those. This here is new. Interesting. This is new. New. This is a classic for sure. Classic. Old! Might have to get a new one in there. And then the Impulse, yeah, it's a classic. The Prestige is high. So it seems like the threshold might be about 600, maybe 500. They didn't say, but I wish they would tell you. It's an interesting mechanic, but I mean, we had figured out before that it was 800, but sometimes it would be a little a little wonky. The coaster encouraged me to make an RMC hybrid. Awesome. I don't know why that keeps popping up saying that it's not accessible, because it most definitely is. Just get that replaced. We probably have a little other vandalism. Yeah, let's get it all fixed. Okay. The line for this is so long. The line for this is super long. It's full. 9 minutes. That has really good capacity. This also has really good capacity. This doesn't have a super long line. This one doesn't have great capacity because it has only 2 trains, or the other 2 that we just looked at have 3. But it's not terrible. I don't know why it just pulls and sits out there. In the sun, they're just sitting in the sun. We have to figure that timing out. There are a lot of damaged things. Oh, I wonder where they saw it. It makes me question my ability to build a very simple path, and then I see others struggle with it like me, and I'm slightly relieved that it's not just me. They've got to fix it. Yeah, 100% they need to fix it. They're going to need another hotfix after this update, because I think it made... I honestly, and I have not really seen this, but I... Oh, this guy needs a... Do we not... Oh, we don't have one over here. We probably should add one. Let me get this guy a staff room. Oh, man. Well, dang, this one's full. Seriously? People keep breaking stuff in here. Man, they're gonna get kicked out. Call Dale, right? Calling for backup. I'm not fond that you can only add 100 points to the scenery bonus to the prestige. I really don't like that change. I think it should be more. Particularly for larger coasters, it could be based on the size of the ride. It would be nice if they would scale that. Something small to medium maybe would get less, but if you build a really large coaster like this where you have a ton of scenery opportunities, it's only a 35 right now because it's only counting this out here. But something like that should be able to include more of a bonus. However, generally, your base prestige for these kinds of rides is going to be really high anyway, so probably doesn't matter too much. That is very lame and bump it by size. I agree, because you're basically screwed over with small rides like kids coasters. I mean, you could have a really exciting kids coaster, and it's never gonna get good prestige because you're just so limited by the way the base ride experience counts. Base it on the size and not only the type of, or also the type of the ride, not only the size of it. Yeah, look at that line, it's starting to get long. Why are American people keep breaking stuff? It makes no sense to me, but I don't know what's happening. I'm worried. What does American have anything to do with that? That makes no sense. Alright, what we're gonna do to get more attention over to this. See, having a base ride experience. Oh, this allows up to 150. But it only is a 35, a bonus of 35. That's weird. I mean, we wouldn't get it up to the 5 or 600 that we would need. But I'm gonna shut it down. I'll check to see. Yeah, nope, that one's empty. That one's empty. If there's nobody currently on it, then I'm just gonna go ahead and delete it. I have a blueprint for it. And there's nobody on that. Nobody on it. No additional boats are going. There's only 10 of them. That's 3 in the station, 4th, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't delete the terrain. I'm not going to. Deleting only the ride. And what we'll go do is grab the blueprint for it. Actually, it will snap perfectly back into place if we line it up. And 10 was sufficient for that, and what we'll do is turn that up just a little bit there. And run a test, and it's going to be a brand new ride, so that will actually get some people coming over. Yeah, so all the terrain is preserved. It was only the blueprint of the ride itself, and I did that on purpose because of the problems that we were having in the past. This is accessible. I don't understand why I'm getting that error. I like how it snapped back in. Yeah! Alright, let's do a little terrain painting. So you can delete and re-add them and it gives you a new breath of fresh air score-wise. Yes, you would have to keep doing that if the ride doesn't reach a classic status, Like if it ages and becomes old, then yeah, you can do that to get your score back. We'll do more scenery work over here. Cookie plays City Skylines for the time. I'm just wondering if you didn't know that already before we go to hang out with a live stream. It's a pretty game for you. I don't play City Skylines 2. Dale. Look at this, the power grid thing is shown right back up. Also, again, we still don't have the ability to turn the radio off. Alright. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna exit out of the park and load back in and see if some of these bugs or whatever are fixed. Let's go back in. Can't turn that off. You can't turn it off here. That's a good photo. Interesting. So you can here, but you can't for the ride photos. Interesting. Let me see about the modular souvenir cash registers. Yeah. But you cannot for these. That's... Yeah, that didn't used to be that way. Something's going on there. I don't know what's up with that. Alright, so this is getting moved, but I don't want to tear it up just yet. People are running down the stairs. They're booking it. They're trying to go get changed. Alright, one thing I'd thought of to try to build out, you know, like a nice little just like plaza and viewing area is moving the surf coaster over at an angle that would actually place it closer to this. Let me open that up in a poll. What do you all think? Oh! Would also give us room. Starting to set that up. We may do that back here, though. We might actually be able to attach to that scenery group. Yeah, actually, yeah, there's not really a lot of room. We'd have to probably place it in here somewhere. I kind of like it in front, it's just a bit distant. Maybe we move it back a little. In the meantime, let's Now we got some stuff around there. That scenery bonus will go up a bit. 1% didn't enjoy it. Wow, 4% did. It may be too intense for a few. This felt pretty good though. There's no ride operator currently. Interesting. Whoa, look at the line for that. No. Come on, Kara. Alright, she's coming up to... These people are panicked because they've been stuck on the coaster. Let's get them off. Alright, I'll end that poll. Sounds like it would be a good idea to move it. Alright, there we go. Queue is no longer paused, so hopefully we'll get some people coming out to ride it here. Yeah, and that scenery bonus jumped up. That's good. That's a 14-minute queue. People are excited, so it's not too long. That's one of the new changes, is that if people have been waiting a long time, they get bored. And, I don't know... Okay, yeah. So it seems like after about 15 minutes they start to get bored. But they should be excited when they get on the ride. Yeah, there we go. That can be opened. So maybe we'll get some people coming out to it. Even though the prestige is low, the fact that it's new should give a little bit of a bonus, so hopefully we'll get some people coming out to that. The ride time... almost 4 minutes. So we could actually change the dispatch. Let's do that, make sure they don't get backed up. This is becoming one of the most popular coasters in the park. Interesting. Let's clear those out. Let's do a little staff management here. Excuse me. There we go. I tried doing the assigning staff zones. What a disaster. It can be helpful, but it becomes more difficult to manage. So it does become challenging, but if you do them effectively, it's a big help. Tell you what, let's actually let's look at the park late. I bet you a couple of these would be really cool night rides. We don't have lights throughout, like all the paths and stuff. That would be something really elaborate to do, which would be fun. It's almost sunset. Yeah, I'm actually gonna turn that back on. It's just tough to see. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't really seem like anybody's coming over to this. So I don't know what we would be able to do to spruce it up some more. Let's watch a fireworks show. Oh, you missed the vote. Yeah, that's all good. I was gonna say my fireworks weren't going off. I think I deleted the event sequencer for it. Ah. Yeah. And I have to go in and build one of those. I'm not gonna do that now. But I'll have to go in and set up a new show. I'm not gonna do that right now. Alright, so people are coming over to it now. Really? Out! Maybe it's in this, yeah, it's in this tab here. It's kind of how I set up my staff zones, but there are some areas that don't have zones assigned to them like this, because this is all stuff that was built, you know, after the zones were created. Kind of makes it tough. Like, there's nothing out here. Have I heard of Nemesis Inferno? Yeah, I have. I'm not very familiar with it. Yeah, I didn't even have anybody. Yeah, so we took up the staff zones, so that should be less of a problem now. Why is he waiting? Oh, he'll be content tomorrow. Okay. take a day off with pay, I guess. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a night here. I don't want to be up as late as I was last night. I woke up late. I was just feeling pretty off this morning, so I'm gonna call it an evening and head to bed. One thing I do want to do before we go. So we got that saved. Come on back to the home screen. There we go. We're gonna go back in here. We'll take a few minutes and ride a couple coasters in Dale and Bromwick's Christmas park that they were working on. Don't jump off too quick yet. So we'll do maybe like 2 ride POVs and finish the night off with that. This is a beautiful park. Go back a couple streams. The one Wednesday, I think it was. So we rode the Woody, and we rode this Vekoma STC. I want to try this Intamin Blitz. Oh, there's only 2 trains. Let me wait until one comes back into the station. We'll check this out. The Great Glass Elevator Ride. Penguin Express is finished. We can open that up. We can open that up. The Gumdrop Twister, this Manic Mouse. Wow. That's going to be pretty wild. Alright, so this here is coming into the station. Let's give this a ride. Pure Imagination. That's cool. Hold your breath. Make a wish. Candy corn. Count to 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I like that inversion. Pop a airtime and into the exit. That's really neat. I like that. Beautifully themed. I really like the different signs that you have, like the Pure Imagination, the Hold Your Breath, Make a Wish, Count to 3. It's great theming. I wanted to check this out. This is a Gerstlauer Eurofighter. Untested. Let's give it a ride. Vertical lift. Yeah, the front bumper on these Eurofighters, for some reason, the view seems to be a little bit bugged. It probably has to do with the way the trains kind of work. Whoa! Did that just move? Yeah, it did. I saw that one move too. There's a launch up into that inversion. That's pretty neat. That's really cool. Ha! That funny music. The test is good. We can open that. And we can just name it. Oh, bonkers oil and steam. And one other that I want to check out. I actually really want to see this Gumdrop Wild Mouse. I'll actually do the front bumper so I don't see all the the spinning. No, you know what? We'll do the spinning. Why not? It's a spinning wild mouse after all. Wow. Whoa, that is a bit abrupt. That's pretty cool though. I like that. The intensity and the nausea are... I mean, they're in the green, but that's definitely up there. Compared to many of the other coasters. Which they're kind of made to do that kind of thing. They've got some really cool coasters in here. I like the theme. This is beautiful. I love the way the taiga biome looks with snow. So. Alright, folks. That's gonna do it for me. We got cool, 3 cool POVs in, Dale's Christmas Park. So, great job. And I think we'll pick back up tomorrow evening. I think. I may take the evening off. But we'll see. Maybe not. I might end up being on. Yeah, but I'm gonna leave it here, folks. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for hanging out. Hopefully we'll catch you back either tomorrow or Sunday. And, yeah, you're always welcome, Dale. And, yeah, hopefully we'll catch you all back either tomorrow or Sunday. And, as always, until then, take care. Stay safe. We'll see ya.